hello galactic family. All is one, there is only one, all of creation is eternally connected to itself. All that exists is lovingly and joyfully held within the infinite vastness that is God, the source of supreme intelligence and infinitely loving wisdom, and the best word that you have for this state, this condition which is reality is love. Focus on love because there is nothing else. What you experience that is not love is unreal and has no presence, no consciousness, and no power, so focus on reality and find it within yourselves the brilliant light that embraces and supports you in every moment and delight in the peace, the comfort, and the contentment it offers you ceaselessly. God's will for you is that you be aware of His love for you, of your inseparable oneness with Him, and that you in turn share the wonder of that with all consciousness by constantly holding the intent to do so. You are all, every human without exception, inseparable from the infinite wisdom that lovingly guides creation in every moment and are in fact extensions of it. You have hidden this from yourselves. God would never hide Himself from any of you. And temporarily forgotten who you are. Now is the moment to remember your true nature and remind all with whom you interact that it is also their true nature. You do this by renewing your intent to awaken into reality every time you visit the holy inner and divinely blessed sanctuary at the center of your being, and the power of that intent, because it is the one intent, God's intent, is way beyond your ability, while in human form, to know. And yet at the depths of your being you do know this, because it is unforgettable. You cannot forget who you are, you can only pretend to have forgotten. The purpose of the illusion was to make that forgetting seem so absolutely real that it appears to you that you do not know God, do not even know if God exists, and for eons it has worked very well. However, as the tsunami of love continues to envelop, embrace, and flow mightily across the planet, it is steadily and irrevocably washing away the flimsy foundations on which the illusion was built, making your waking from the dream inevitable. Evidence of this can be seen everywhere as more and more of you choose to be loving and respectful to others instead of always following your ego's self-centered personal gain-seeking agendas. This choice to be of service and do no harm is a choice the collective has made. It is irreversible and greatly assists the tsunami of love in washing away the illusion's shaky and very unstable foundations. It is, of course, all part of the collective decision to awaken from the dream and become fully aware of living eternally in the presence of God. Because that decision has been made, people are suddenly, and often with great surprise, finding themselves making many of their individual choices in their daily lives based on being loving and compassionate. They are feeling a strong need to assist and support others who are in any way in need. That is love in action, and it is being seen in many unlikely places as your awakening process further strengthens and intensifies due to the collective choice and decision to discard the illusion and return to full awareness of reality. Reality is your home, it is where you have your eternal existence, and you have never left home. However, it seems to you that you have, that you are individual beings in form with a very limited lifespan and a practically meaningless or insignificant purpose in the grand scheme of things which appears to you as humans to consist of numberless vast universes. You did an extremely good job of inventing and constructing the illusion so that when you entered it as humans you would experience separation and an intense sense of insignificance which, when you dwell on it, is oftentimes quite overwhelming, indeed terrifying. Generally you avoid dwelling on this by distracting yourselves by focusing your attention almost solely on the problems with which being human presents you, providing for yourselves food, shelter, health, and bodily survival, and thus the unreality and insanity of life as humans almost permanently in conflict with one another escapes you. You see it all as problems that you can, with sufficient determination, resolve. But there can be no resolution within the illusion simply because it is unreal. Reality can only be found within. A few have journeyed within and found reality, others have found it through near-death experiences. Once experienced, it is completely unforgettable, and the knower loses all fear of death, having seen that there is only eternal life. Then, having been consciously present within and embraced by the field of divine love, they have attempted to share that amazing, beautiful, and unforgettable knowing, but it cannot be shared, it can only be experienced. Nevertheless, reports about life beyond what you experience as human life have awakened an intense desire in many to know more, and to seek confirmation of what they have heard or read about through prayer and meditation, or through the help of spiritual guides and channels. An enormous awakening process is ongoing within humanity now, because, finally, there are so many reports and informative books and articles widely available worldwide that no one can remain completely unaware or uninformed that there is far, far more to life than can be experienced as a human. That information is touching every human heart, and although many still choose to discount it, it is increasingly difficult for them to remain in denial. They may publicly present a skeptical and disparaging front of disbelief in anything that is not physical, but privately they have powerful and worrying doubts. They are the ones who have an intense need to be right and who, therefore, have the greatest difficulty in admitting that they might possibly be mistaken. Your task as light bearers and light holders is not to proselytize, but to hold them lovingly in your hearts, knowing, as you do, that they will awaken, because it is impossible for anyone to remain eternally asleep. Sending them love, silently, unobtrusively, and without declaring your intent to do so, is the perfect and only way to assist them. As you go within daily to strengthen and empower yourselves through contact with the brilliant light burning constantly within you, intend to send love to all, especially the unawakened ones. This is the most powerful and effective thing you can do for them, and your intent to be so loving and helpful to others increases the effectiveness and intensity of your own awakening process. The awakening is a collective process, it affects everyone, every conscious being, because it is the divine will that all awaken. And all will awaken. The timing of a soul's awakening can and will vary, as perceived within the illusion, but in reality all have already awakened. There is absolutely no need to worry about or concern yourselves with another's awakening, fearing they may miss it. To miss one's awakening is impossible because it is God's will that all awaken, and the divine will is always perfectly achieved. With so very much love, soul.